In this video, we're going to do a comparison of almost 40-year-old man. I'm 38 years old. I've been serious about bodybuilding and weightlifting since February, and it's the end of July. Then I'm going to show you 3 ex-athletes. One athlete has been out of sports for 2 years, used to be a wrestler, state champion, used to be a football player, and has done zero exercise, zero bodybuilding for 2 years. So it'll be interesting to see how much strength he's kept or gained. And then we have 2 athletes that were also football players and wrestlers. And one of them has continued to weight lift for 2 years. So we'll see how much strength or progress he's made. And another one hasn't seriously lifted any weights for about 6 months, but is fresh out of wrestling season a couple months ago. Another state champion wrestler and football player. And then we can kind of see and compare the strength of the 4 different weightlifters. All right, first up is Damon. He weighs 245 these days. He is a little over 6'1". He has not exercised for probably 2 years now. And we're all just kind of warming up. We started at 2 plates, and we're going to incrementally work the weight up. And there's Leonard showing off because he's so dang strong. All right, moving on to the 255. Damon gets it up. Good job. Good job, Skylar. Here I go. And here comes Leonard. That guy is so strong. And just so you know, he only weighs 190. He's under 6 feet tall. All right, 275. And Damon gets it up. And he's wearing his work boots. He still got it. And that's what I think is just so impressive. Is like I said, Damon, he hasn't lifted weights in 2 years. And he's still benching 275. I think that once you have that foundation of strength from being an athlete or being a bodybuilder, once you achieve it, you know, it's easy to keep it or to get it back. Because like I said, Damon has not benched in 2 years, and he's still putting up 275. I think that is just so strong. And he weighs about 245. All right, Leonard. Here we go. Gets it up easy. He is so strong. Good job, Leonard. 280. We added the 2.5s. And we get, Skylar gets the 2.5 up. This is my max, just so you know. I've never attempted this weight. My max last week was 265. So moving up to 280, I was super stoked. I have been eating a whole bunch, and it has been great for my strength. Can Damon defeat the 2.5s? He gives up quick. He just knows it's not going up. I still think that's pretty strong for not lifting for 2 years. 295 for Leonard. Wow. What a guy, man. 295. And then Skylar, just so you know, Skylar is, he's 6'3", and he weighs, I think, 225 these days. Has not lifted weights in about 6 months, but still just pretty strong. 295. I don't even know what I was thinking trying to get under here, but I had to go until I failed. That's it. Damon had to save me. 3 plates. This is my goal for like the next year. If I could get to 3 plates, I would be just thrilled. Oh, Skylar almost gets it up. I think that's his max. He maxed out there. And then Leonard, like I said, he weighs 190 pounds, and he is under 6 feet tall. He is just such a strong guy. But that is a testament to just being consistent. He has just been lifting weights for 3 years. He's been out of school, I think, for 1 or 2 years. No, just 1 year. But he's just been consistent, and he has just continued to get strong. 345 at 190 pounds. That is just so strong to me. He thought it'd be cool to put the belt on here, put the wrist straps on. He thought that would be funny. So he threw all that on. All right, Leonard. I don't even know how much weight this is. Oh, this is 365. This is Leonard's max. He got this a month ago, and he has been taking it easy for the past little bit. That is what I'm talking about. You just got to stay consistent. Otherwise, you will lose it. All right, we move on to squats. Leonard warming up with 225. He's not used to squatting on my wrestling mats. I have wrestling mats in my garage, and that kind of almost tripped him up. You know, I have always been one of those guys that never did legs. So I'm going to be honest with you. Me just doing 2 plates that easily is a big deal because I could barely do 1 plate 6 months ago without being just so sore for a whole week afterwards. Skylar, he did not want to do legs. He's one of those guys too that always skips legs. He hasn't hit legs in I don't even know how long. We had to really convince him to get under that weight. He's like, no, I'm going to be sore tomorrow. I don't want to do it. Leonard, pushing up to 275, 4 reps. Look at this guy, just a strong guy. Good job, Leonard. 275. Here I go. I do it for 2. Like I said, I'm pretty proud of myself for being able to push up some actual weight. $315. Leonard gets it up for reps. Look at that guy. What I think is great about Skylar and Leonard is, for them being athletes and being able to get some strength while they were young, and that will just build a foundation for them, I think, for the rest of their life. Because once you get that strength, I mean, yeah, you can lose it. Don't get me wrong. But, I really believe that muscle memory is a thing. Once you've achieved a certain strength, I think your muscles, they can adapt and get that back, even if you kind of regress for a while. I think your body just knows how to adapt to that quicker than if you're trying to make that progress for the first time. 315. I did that for 2. Skylar was really upset when we convinced him to get under this weight. He did not want to. Good job, Sky. 345. I tried to hit this last week. I did not do it. I fell, and the bars had to save me. So getting 345 up right there, I probably could have gone a little deeper, but I'm going to take it. And here comes Leonard. I don't think he goes up in weight after this. I think he just reps this a couple times, and we move on to chin-ups. Funny story, Leonard told me that Skylar used to tease him in high school about being such a strong upper body guy, and gave Leonard like I wouldn't say a complex, but started teasing Leonard about not working out his legs. So that is when Leonard actually got serious about bodybuilding, or weightlifting rather. He was like, you know what? I don't want to be one of those guys where I can't where I have small legs and I have a big upper body. All right, this is Sky with the neutral grip chin-ups. I really kind of wanted to test our arm and some back strength. Skylar never does those. He gets to 10. I do chin-ups. When I do my arms, when I work out my biceps, I start with chin-ups before I go to the easy curl bar. I feel like these get a good stretch. They work out the top and bottom part of that bicep. So I really like chin-ups for working out my bicep. When I first started in February, I could only do like 7, and I weighed 204 pounds. I got to 13 here, and I weigh somewhere between 218 and 220. Leonard making it look easy. Leonard could actually do, I don't know what they're called. Are they called body ups, where you can just do the complete pull up and then do the dip where you push your whole body up? I don't know if Leonard can still do them, but I have seen him do those before. He gets somewhere in the 20s, I think, here. Here he goes. Probably got a couple more left in him. Gotta catch his breath. 24. Good job, Leonard.
So, all right. So, Skylar, how old are you?
18.
And how tall are you?
6'3".
How much do you weigh?
229.
Okay. And how long have you been an athlete?
My whole life.
So you started wrestling and playing football at what
3.
age? 3? Wow. What sport do you think gave you your most strength?
Wrestling.
Wrestling. And when was the last time you actually did like proper weightlifting?
A few months ago.
5 months, 6 months?
In the middle of wrestling season, so I don't know.
It's probably like February. And it's July right now, something like that, 6 7 months. So do you think that you've kept a lot of your strength?
Most of it.
Yeah. Do you skip leg day?
Of course.
Of course you skip leg day. All right, cool. I think that's it. All right, so Leonard, how old are you?
19.
And how much do you weigh?
190.
How tall are you?
5'9".
And what sports did you play?
Football and wrestling.
And what sport do you think gave you your most strength?
Wrestling.
Okay. And have you continued to lift weights since high school?
Yes.
So how long do you think you've been lifting?
3 years.
3 years. And when did you graduate?
23.
So last year.
Yeah.
So it's been a year. You've had a year out of school and you've continued to lift.
Yep.
Okay. And do you think that there's any specific like trick to getting stronger or getting bigger? Would you just say being consistent or eating food?
Yeah.
Or what are your thoughts?
Consistency, pushing yourself, and calorie control. You do calorie increase, make sure you're in a calorie increase if you want to gain weight, and calorie deficit if you don't want weight, if you want to lose weight.
Right. What is your max bench, or what has been? I know you've taken like a month off.
Yeah.
But what was your max bench at your peak?
365.
365
was my last max a month ago.
A month ago.
And then I took a break just to get off lifting for a bit. Let everything settle down, you know.
Cool. And what was your max squat?
405.
405.
But that was 5 months ago, and I haven't maxed out since.
Cool.
Hey everybody, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually thought it was a really cool comparison to see the contrast of the 4 different weightlifters. It is the end of July. It's July 31st. I just been on a 2-month bulk of just eating whatever I wanted. I haven't been really counting my macros. I've been just trying to eat and gain a lot of strength. I've only been weightlifting since February, so I'm really just trying to check this out and see how much strength I can gain and keep when I start my cuts. So now I'm going to go on a 2-month cut. Let's see how long it takes for me to get to 200 pounds. I'm going to attempt to do the OMAD diet, 1 meal a day, so that I can start cutting down some weight. But I'm going to catalog my meals, see how much calories are in these meals. They're going to be decent meals, but I'm just going to try to keep my calories in a small feeding window. And then once I get down to 200, from 218 to 220, we'll see how much strength I get to keep. If I lose some or if I actually gain some, it'll be a pretty cool experiment. I appreciate you following me on this journey. I've just been exercising since February, and I figured if I'm making these improvements and doing these tests on my body, I thought I'd just share it with everybody to, for science purposes, if you want, just so you can see what a normal guy like me. I'm only 38 years old. I work a lot of hours, but I have access to weights in my garage here. But the purpose of this was to just catalog my journey and to see in a few years what I've done. It'll be interesting to look back at this in a few years and see if what my body is like and what my strength is like later on.